Dynamic content tags are how you tell Matik where to insert your data into your finished presentation. Tags are indicated by double curly brackets as shown here in this template. You can add tags to your template via our Google Slides add-on or by manually editing the alt text of the objects on your slide. Matik offers a Google add-on so you can easily add tags to your templates from within Google Slides. You will be asked to grant the add-on permission to your Google Drive. Make sure to check all permissions in order to install the add-on properly. To open the add-on, click the add-on menu, then click Matik, and then click Open Matik. When opening, it will ask you to authorize your Matik account. Click Authorize and log in using your Matik credentials. Please ensure you are only signed into one Google email account when attempting to authorize the add-on. From the Google add-on, you will be able to manage all of the dynamic content in this template. To add a piece of dynamic content, click or highlight the text, chart, table, or image you wish to replace. Select the Content Library tab in the add-on. From here, you can search for the piece of dynamic content that you wish to add. If you don't see a piece of dynamic content and you recently created it, make sure to click the Sync button to update all available dynamic content. Once you have found your piece of dynamic content, click the Add button to tag it to the text, chart, table, or image. The add-on will update the slide with the newly added piece of dynamic content. Remember to always resync the template in the Matik app to pick up the new tags you've added to your template in Google Slides. Sub-content allows you to pull in a specific field from a single piece of dynamic content that returns multiple values. For example, if you have a table of user information and want to pull only the value of a single column, you can do so with sub-content. Adding sub-content is simple with the Google Slides add-on. Add the tag for the dynamic content which contains the desired sub-content. After adding this tag to your template, select the Templates Tag tab in the add-on. Select the piece of dynamic content you just added, and in the text box here, enter the field or column name of the sub-content that you want added. Make sure to click Save when finished. Matik gives you many options for formatting your content. You can format dynamic content using the Matik add-on in Google Slides. First, select the content you want to format. Use traditional formatting syntax in the format box here. For this example, we are abbreviating the number output. Enter the number of decimals you would like formatted, then click Save to keep your changes. Check out this link to learn more about how formatting syntax can be used. The most common are comma format, number format, and date/time format. To add dynamic content in a PowerPoint, you need to use alt text with the proper syntax for the content that you want added. To add a piece of text dynamic content, first, you will need to replace the text with the syntax tag by typing in double curly brackets and identifying it with a number inside. Since this is the first piece of dynamic content, we will mark it with a 1. Next, you'll need to open the alt text menu. Select the text box that includes the syntax tag. For PCs, right-click on the text box and select Open Alt Text. For Mac users, Control-click the text box and select Open Alt Text. From here, you can enter the name of the dynamic content you wish to add following this syntax. Just like with the tag text, you begin with double curly brackets. enter the number where you want the dynamic content to appear, in this case, the number 1, followed by a colon and the name of the dynamic content. If adding multiple pieces of dynamic content in a single text box, separate them by commas, as shown here. Finish by ending with another set of curly brackets. To add a chart or table in a PowerPoint, you only need to add the name of the dynamic content in the alt text. Select the chart or table you wish to tag and open the alt text box. Enter in the name of the dynamic content surrounded by double curly brackets. To add an image in a PowerPoint, you also only need to add the name of the dynamic content in the alt text. Again, select the image you wish to tag and open the alt text box. Enter in the name of the dynamic content surrounded by double curly brackets. And that's it! You've just tagged your first piece of content in PowerPoint. So you know now how to add content to your PowerPoint presentation. But what about sub-content? Sub-content is when Matik allows you to pull in a specific field or column from a single piece of dynamic content that returns multiple values. For example, if you have a table of user information and want to pull only the value of a single column, you can do so with sub-content. To tag sub-content in PowerPoint, replace the text that you want tagged with double curly brackets and identify it with a number inside. Then, open the alt text box. Start with the double curly brackets, then enter the number of the tag that you want the sub-content to replace. Next, type colon, followed by the name of the dynamic content. After the name of this parent dynamic content, type period, followed by the name of the sub-content. If you are tagging more than one piece of content, make sure to separate them by commas and then end it with the same double curly brackets. That's it! You've now added sub-content tags to this presentation. Matik lets you format your content in PowerPoint. This can be anything from shortening a value to an abbreviated form, to rounding numbers, or even to limiting the number of decimal spaces. To format your dynamic content, first open the alt text box. If you've already tagged this in the template, you should see the double curly brackets as well as the name of the content that is tagged here. Directly following the name of the content, type a vertical bar or pipe symbol, followed by the format syntax. Check out this link to learn more about how formatting syntax can be used. The most common are comma format, number format, and date-time format. We are going to format this number by abbreviating it. We will do so with the syntax number format followed by parentheses. You can choose the number of decimal points to display, and in this use case, we want 2 decimal places. If you are tagging more than one piece of content, make sure to separate them by commas, and then end the whole thing with the same double curly brackets. Now you're all set to format your content in PowerPoint.